Go7 king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slain. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7 king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slain. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can find a surprise stream. Yeah, it's just a chill stream. Since it's Labor Day tomorrow, I don't have to get up super early. I was having fun watching people play live over Discord. So we're gonna stalk these guys. Perplexicon and Diablo Graves. Live gaming. You guys should be able to see the day. Kind of important. That's fine. Okay, we got Max versus Olaf. This is a very classic matchup on a very classic map. We've seen this one in the rotation very often, and artillery tend to get used in these mountainous areas, so I think this might be Olaf favored. Although in live games, a lot of it can come down to just who's better at seeing breakthroughs, and a good max player could definitely do some serious damage. But so far it looks really good for Diablo Graves. I didn't even notice this, but these two properties are already owned. Well, Perplexicon doesn't have these two yet. So all Diablo Graves really needs to do this game is deny these properties and hold these properties, and they'll be looking good. I can only imagine that's what they're thinking right now. I don't think it's worth trying to deny this city. It might overstretch the units over here, so they won't be able to hold the more important ones here. I followed the game where you got whooped. I did. I wanted to put the pressure on you guys so you would see that it was me watching. I don't know if you guys actually saw it when you were playing. You had a trick on turn 6 that I think would have been pretty good. Basically, you could have set your infantry from your bottom base next to the mountain so it was lined up to go for the property on the other side of the pipe seam that you would then be breaking on the next turn with your artillery and tank shot with the comm tower, and that lets you, instead of finishing that capture, because you did already have an infantry capturing that property, but instead of finishing that capture, you're then able to go interrupt random ways as capture, and then just restart it with the follow-up infantry, and that would be really good for you because then the fighting would be happening right there in the center, denying one of his central properties while you have an artillery and a tank backing it up already. Whenever Go7 watches your game, it means he expects you to win. But that can't be true for both players. I expect them both to win. You did know this, but you didn't care? Oh, I don't have enough pressure. So it looks like Diablo Grapes is indeed just going to let this property go, which I do agree with. There's just too many infantry here to really contest that. Perfect game always ends in a draw. Currently, Olaf is doing super good, although they kind of backed up a little too much here. They're just letting this property go. I don't feel like that should be a freebie. There should also be an artillery built last turn so that this property at least can be denied permanently. You don't really want to try and fight Max. Tank versus tank. You seem to always have eyes on your live games now. Ooh. Perfect game always in the draw. At least that's what they say about chess. Well, that's not true. I mean, there's turn advantage in chess. Perfect game would go in White's favor. I assume. Unless the turn advantage just isn't quite enough. Oh, I like King of the Penguins. Yeah, we just hanging out. You remember when like 10 people watched one of your live games? An interesting thing happens where as the number gets higher, the less it matters to you. When you're first starting out, like having 3 people watch your game can be nerve-wracking. But once it's like 100, you're like, whatever. There might as well be no one here. You're not actually sure you can follow my turn 6? Let's see if I can find it for you. Be right back to this game so we can talk about what I was doing here. Right. So here, the only thing you have to change is everything is going fine. This guy, instead of going here, needed to go here. That means that next turn, when you have the comm tower, you have your tank and artillery shot to break the pipe seam, this infantry can go on this city, while this infantry can interrupt this capture. So if we go... Okay, now we're on this turn. Now when this infantry goes to get this capture, and you have an artillery here and a tank here backing it up because you break the pipe seam, like so. So you would have this strike happen while you have an artillery right here. And this is a really good spot for the artillery because, and the city's now being captured because the artillery can move on to this lab. And from this lab, it locks this property. And this would be really, really good for you because you want to be fighting with your artillery. You want to get into an artillery fight with random ways. And what you don't want to do is have these like direct confrontations on 2 different fronts that are far away from each other, which is kind of what happens in the game. So just just this really small move here would completely change the game and how it would play out. But it's very understandable to miss that, especially in a live game where you don't get to like you're on track with a certain plan and all that stuff. Okay, back to this one. And it's really hard for your opponent to see those moves because of the pipe seams there. Hi. Okay. I think Diablo Graves... So Diablo Graves kind of gave up the economic advantage here for free, which I'm not a huge fan of. It looks like they're just really uncomfortable with playing a brawly game and being on the offense and like denying properties. So they're just building up a wall and hoping they'll be okay when they get attacked. Now, as Olaf stalling into the late game to get the really large unit count and then getting your super off is definitely really good. I can't deny that. I died to that. But that doesn't mean you give up on all of the possible aggression you can do. He was going to chain copters south. Yeah. I know your poor anti-air went like top and then to the middle and then back to the top. It didn't get to do anything for so long. The other thing I saw in your game is that you didn't go for any sacrifices with your tank in the tank fights, which would have been pretty impactful as you were kind of getting more desperate. Because the way that the sacrifices probably aren't very guaranteed in that matchup, but as you get more desperate in the game, you got to go for more risky plays that can have high payoffs. Because if you're already losing, then it doesn't really matter if you just lose slower. You want to turn the tide. And that's when you want to start going for risky rolls and all that stuff. If you're winning, you don't want to go for those rolls because you're already winning. All you're really doing, you could win a little faster, but at the risk of turning the tide for your opponent's favor. These guys love their walls. Yeah, live play is tough. I'm certainly much worse when I play live. So I do like this walling principle that Perplexicon has going here pretty effectively, making sure that if you don't know, the basics to a good wall of units is the ends have to be unbreakable. So in this case, we have a mountain that Diablo Graves isn't able to get onto to hit this infantry from two sides. And the reason why you want the ends to be so strong is because if your opponent breaks the ends of your wall, then all of your walling units can now be hit from two sides. Because say they kill this tank from here and here, they kill the tank. Now they can hit this infantry from here and here, which then means they can hit this infantry from here and here, and then they can hit this one from here and here. So to break a wall, you want to kind of gobble them up from the ends. Those are always the weak points. So Perplexicon here has made sure that this infantry wall has a tank on its end in a spot that no other tank can hit. So this is not breakable for Diablo Graves. And then this mountain is of course not assailable as well. So this wall will hold unless a sacrifice was possible. So very, very well done there. Otherwise, they're just chilling. No charge has been gained, so we're on day 10, and there's been no attacks. Ooh, if you think the live queue should have own tier list, maybe. Going for some super walling here. Okay. Olaf focusing on that unit count. Oh, I think Poland has currently been dominating live. Fluffy's been doing really well too. Ooh. So here, these are free hits because there's no tank or anything that can. There's nothing that can hit a tank guarding these infantry. So Perplexicon spot those, and he just attacks these. Get free hits. That's going to be kind of rough on Diablo Graves because there's not very many infantry over here that can replace them in this wall. Map is weird to you. It is definitely a little weird. Usually these properties, or I guess these three, are the ones that are fought over a lot. But they kind of hand shook it. You played for someone that was afraid to do first strikes, so you were able to publish by taking risky cities, by punishing. Yeah. Oh, no worries. You were Hawk into Kendall and Global League? Wow. Was that 2-tier advantage? Hawk's pretty good. Yep, lazy stream creeping on games. That's exactly what we're doing. These guys are very hesitant to fight. There we go. So Diablo Graves is bringing a tank over here to try and protect those infantry now. You do have to be careful though, because this anti-air from Max can kill this infantry in one hit. And once that happens, this wall breaks. Yeah, it looks to me that Perplexicon's more comfortable fighting than Diablo Graves is. They know they're being spied on. They don't know if who's spying on them. But there's 4 viewers and only 2 players. So there's me and someone else spying on them. I think Diablo Graves is going to have some serious issues over here. There's a lot of infantry coming in from Perplexicon to start these captures. Ooh, we have a medium tank bot. Now, typically in this matchup, you would expect Max to get an early game advantage, pretty much up until the point that Olaf gets the super. I do like Diablo Graves repairing these infantry. I'd be fine repairing them up to 4, or you could even keep them on there really long term if you want. Or like 4 and 5 would be good, because right now Diablo Graves has got a really annoying wall they have to deal with. Although they're currently threatening to break it, because this infantry can actually step onto this mountain. Look at those lines, it's like they're playing Go. They're just not super comfortable with the fighting, which is okay. You think what confused you was what your string side was? Oh, strong side. Should have started counting tiles. Gotcha. Yeah, the strong side in this case is going to be with the double base of the airport. It's going to be really strong over here. You want to be. But you can definitely be flexible with this base. Combined with this base, right over here. Defensively. What was your second standard? Ooh. Okay. It's gonna be a big turn for Diablo Graves to gobble up a lot of infantry on the front lines here. Your strong side is kind of what you make it. It's true. Usually it's the combination of investments and unit count. Stalling versus an eagle will definitely get you in trouble. Okay, Perplexicon decides just to match medium tank to medium tank. This is pretty classic max playstyle. Just match the tech level of your opponent, because when you use your powers, you'll come out ahead in those trades. Hello. And Olaf is going to have a really good turn. Lots of infantry to attack. Assuming Olaf sees it. Oh no! That's okay, you can still attack this way. Top. Olaf ready to fight. For the right. The party. Ooh, you wouldn't want to move this infantry. You'd want to do it with this one. You want to use the furthest back unit so you have more and more options. Specifically, you want the options to be able to wall. I think it's still okay, yeah. So you'd go like tank strike here, infantry strike here, reverse that, or you want to do the tank strike first so you have a full health infantry here. And then you would use this infantry to stand and start capturing this city. But ideally, kill this infantry off too, and then you'd have one more infantry available using this guy, and then you go here and stand here and stand here. And make a new infantry wall. Didn't quite work out this time. But that's okay, because if we look at the units that Perplexicon has to actually break these infantry, it's only vehicles. These, all of the frontline infantry for Perplexicon are all too injured. So, it's going to be pretty expensive for Perplexicon to actually break through here. Ah, thank you, Valto. I'm glad you like the music. It's a sad roll. Yeah. And Valto, if you play, and you can always submit a game to me on the Discord. No worries. You can get it covered. Mac's about to smash. It's true. It's true. There was a lot of build-up, and looks like there's about to be a ton of action. You wish I would stream on Twitch, though? I mean, I could try doing the dual stream, Twitch and YouTube, but I really like how YouTube just saves the videos I think that makes it most accessible for the community because it's such a global community and everyone's got different times. I can try using the special chat overlay, see if it's fixed. I like this chat box because it works. Okay, I've put the... Let's see if it's back to working. Huh? You want a DJ's collab talking about competitive maps? We could definitely do that. Although I don't know... That's quite our area. Reported for nudity because I'm just wearing a tie. It seems to be working. Before it would be working for a while, and then it would stop, and then everything would spill forth. So we'll... That's true. I do have a crown. I do have a crown as well. What am I doing? I should have this. There we go. There we go. Now you guys can see more. I haven't had any asparagus lately. I think it's out of season. The prices have gone up. I've been having a lot of broccoli, though. It's kind of like asparagus. Does my crown even count as clothing? It's part of my head. You did not ruin asparagus for me, though. Your actions with asparagus, in my view, is completely your own affair. It doesn't impact me at all. Plexagon did go for a huge attack here, but it pretty much only hit infantry. So these vehicles are going to be open to being hit with by some vehicle first strikes, although there's not a ton of them available yet. I've been eating fish too. I've been grilling some steelhead salmon? Yeah. Good trout. I remember. And I think I might try some swordfish steak. I've never had penguin meat. Of course I've hung out with penguins. I would never eat a penguin. Oh, did the chat pause and then unleash everything again? Or was that just a lot of people talking? Try anchovy steak? Did pause and unleash. Okay. I'll keep an eye on it. I've also been really enjoying chicken thighs. Just grilling chicken thighs with some mashed potatoes. Very good. I want to try making a molasses-based gravy. I just haven't found, or I guess the inspirations never, the motivations never struck with when the idea is in my head. But that way, Ooh. Could be an interesting attack. It's gonna be hard to make sure the anti-air doesn't get hit here though. Salmon. It's on the button. There's like a song that's potatoes and molasses from it's from a cartoon. But it would be amazing if I made it a reality. Assuming it's also good. Okay, here we go. Lots of charges starting to build up. Wouldn't be too surprising. This is a weird base skip that Perplex kind of ended up going for. It wouldn't be too surprising if next turn we see an Olaf super, because Max uses a normal power this turn. It does look like Diablo Graves has successfully protected the anti-air from the tank strike. Because this anti-air would have to be used to kill this infantry so that this tank could hit this anti-air. That means there's only a copter and an infantry to kill this tank, which might be possible. It is on a road. It's probably a roll. Oh, he's not using his power first. You kill the artillery in one shot. You also want to use the furthest back tanks. Although, I think these guys will have plenty of options for targets. Okay, that was a burst in chat. I keep missing it. Sometimes it works. Yeah. I don't know what's up with that. It's working now. I think if Max used the normal power, decent odds to kill this off with an infantry strike. And then could have actually gotten this anti-air, which would be big. Because then this copter would be unopposed over here. It's called guerrilla warfare. You're about to go all in on Max popping at first? Yeah, it looks like Olaf is going to get the first power off. Oh, there, I saw it. I saw it lagging. I think Ray is also in trouble, yeah. It's going to be a very painful turn. It was not having enough infantry over here and then having to have your vehicles attack infantry to leave themselves exposed was very painful. Guerrilla to me is just an unplanned thing that you want to do. I've never heard guerrilla used like that. I've only ever used it, or only ever used either in reference to the animal or like guerrilla tactics with the hit and run. Wow, I'm surprised that that artillery survived. Okay, now you put some food in the oven after we talked about food so much. If I was putting money on this game, my money on right now on Olaf, I would not put money on games. But I do think that Olaf is winning. Rest in peace, Copter. Then the medium tank can even hit the tank. Although it might want to wait until after the super goes off. You project the Olaf super before max powers. Olaf supers are so strong. It isn't an unexpected stream. Just chilling. Oh. And if anyone wants to use any of the Discord emotes for $1 a month, you can join the channel and you'll get them. And then the more people who join, the more emotes I'm allowed to add. So once there's 2 people, I get to add a 5th emote. There might be 2 people. I haven't actually checked. I think they let you use it the emote site wise or site wide. I'm not sure. I would give it away for free, but I'm not allowed to. It's not an option. $1 is as low as it lets me go. Is this a gorilla stream? Yeah, it was not scheduled. That is true. It says there's only one more spectator. Man, Olaf. Being Olaf. It's definitely GG. I would be amazed if Max is able to come back from this. If only you could see who's watching your games. I mean, I can always toggle follow to let them know it was me. No pressure. When the Smacky Cups first started, I went through a whole bunch of games and just hit follow on them at all the levels. Got so many messages. That was funny. Yeah, you gotta go down fighting. You feel like if you stream some people's live games, it's probably fair to notify them that I'm streaming them? Well, these aren't ranked. I think it's fine. I wouldn't do it if it's ranked. That would That would add a whole another level to it, especially that I would be talking about the game state and someone could be theoretically cheating off of it. You're in round 3 of the mixed base tournament? Well, ideally they wouldn't know I'm streaming, because I don't want them to be able to open up the stream and just listen to everything I say. Finish it off, yeah. Kill off another 1 health tank. Olaf made the classic blunder of having twice the opponent's army. Now he's in danger of losing on time. Can't lose on time anymore, though. Now just end your turn. You went Javier round 2 and your opponent picked Sasha to counterpick your Hawk. Dang. The medium tank is a pretty big issue with this anti-air backup. These units are getting cleaned up, of course. What do you even buy here? Ooh, Perplexicon holding out. Okay. Well, it's possible that Olaf would make some sort of big mistake. You won a game when your opponent had 20 plus minutes and you had 2 minutes per turn because you were slow? That sounds like all of my games. So the Javier versus Sasha matchup, as Sasha, you just let Javier get some powers off at times that don't super matter, so that it's easier to control Javier's powers on the turns that do matter. Yeah. Bomb Bolt is definitely one of the easier COs to play. The easy way of saving time is just to not think. Yeah, that's my problem. I like to think too much. Oh my gosh, the infantry killed a 2 health tank. It's a 2 health tank with super extra stats. That must have been a really low 2. Chad infantry indeed. It must have been. It must have been just like 11 inch. Ooh, medium tank's down to 3. I mean, a tank can risk it. Ugh. Probably not worth it, though. I think... yeah, they could have the infantry kill this infantry, the double tanks kill this tank, and you can just kind of surround this thing. I'm not sure why there's a 3 health infantry capturing this when there's full health ones that could be doing it. The medium tank is on a city. It's always hard to tell these things. They take up the whole tile. Yeah, I'm not sure why Max has 8k in the bank. The only thing I can imagine is that he's saving up to build, or that they're saving up to build a medium tank. You're having cordon bleu with some mixed veggies. That's pretty good. GG. Well played, Perplexicon. Well played, Diablo Graves. GG. Let's see if we can find. Is there any active light? There's one active high funds. And what's a bunch of active standards. They're all kind of late, so we'll go check out the high funds. Why not? That was GG. Okay, what's going on here? We got Strider. Talk on the fall now, so they know it's me. We got Strider, Von Bolt, got Mega Tank over here versus Seraphescu. Oh, this guy. I can't say the name. And they're playing Grit. Look at those. That tank just moved into rocket range. It's a little unfortunate. Oh, that's only rocket range with the power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So the power will be gone next turn. Will no longer be in rocket. Ooh. So there is a comm tower that's being contested here. Second infantry's gonna have to walk over and hit it. Because there's not gonna be the power. There's no snipe attack next turn, most likely. Well, I guess the snipe attack will be possible if there's some like sacrifices. Like if the medium tank hits this mega tank, then suddenly there'll be a lot of charge on the field. The decision making for making the tanks, probably maybe some direct harassment and also just walling. The one thing I would say is that Grit should definitely be using this airport. Even if you don't build battle copters, you can build transport copters, and those can work as nice blockers. And they're handy because those are units that you get to build while not disrupting artillery field. It looks like we're not going to see any massive sacrifices to get the normal power. It wouldn't be that great anyway. We'd just be like hitting this tank and disrupting this tower. Bumble does have a 6k engine, which is decent, although building triple artillery every turn is not very expensive. So. It doesn't tend to need much cash. Who am I rooting for? Beta Penguins or Chad Gray Sky? I'm definitely rooting for the Penguins. I don't know if you know this. I'm the king of the Penguins. I also don't like grit, so the double incentive there. But I think Vumbolt has the edge right now. I think Vumbolt's definitely got a very good power against Grit. You rarely see Grit around and VB is everywhere. This is true. That's because Vumbolt's better than Grit. You heard it here first. Oh, connection was interrupted. Reset? Okay. Is this the only lab on this map? Looks like it. Looks like it's one lab per player and the labs are in the center. So this will be really interesting. These are neutral, but not for long. Serafsk has to be very careful because even though we've got like rockets and medium tanks guarding this, if the Vumbolt super hits right here as an infantry goes for the capture on the lab, then the indirects covering it will be stunned and there'll suddenly be nothing to stop the HQ or protect the lab. Which it looks like Strider is actually going for. The very forward copter. Just out of range of the anti-air. Overloading the indirects here. Lots of stuff to shoot, but not that many indirects. One of them's on a base, too. Good night, Advanced Warrior. Thanks for joining. Cool. Stream disconnected for a second. Even lagging? Oh, just one lag. Tank staying well out of range here. It's even out of a super's range. This looks very, very difficult to hold for Seraph Skew. Artillery spam, such as the Grit Way. Although, Grit's been pushed back really far. Okay. We'll see how Grit manages to hold this. Ooh. 6. So an artillery here with super can yeah, with super can hold the lab as well. So it's not just, oh man. This, I think, is game over. The Mega Tank by kind of makes, and double rocket kind of makes this a magnet. That's the exact spot you don't want to have stunned. So unless an even bigger magnet is made over here, I think it's just game over. Unless Strider is just unable to get the super. But with like Mega Tank on Medium Tank and Copter on Anti-Air, I think the super is pretty much guaranteed. It's a really forward artillery. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. I don't think Grit sees it. The glorified artillery wall, yeah. Strider's thinking about it. Might be doing a little go to the move planner thing. See where it's gonna land. I think it's gonna land where you wants to. Oh, well, I think if you kill this, there we go. Blam. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Blammy. I'm assuming this one shots, and it does. So. Oh, that's exactly what happened while we were looking away. We had one copter come in and hit the anti-air. Ooh. That probably doesn't redirect it anywhere. But hitting that tank does lower the targeting zone. The value. Still hits here. Bam. Stunned. There's absolutely no units that can interact with this lab. So that is GG. Assuming Strider goes for the capture. Yeah, Mega Tanks always get hit by the bomb bolt power. Yeah, they're very expensive. I'm not sure why Strider is attacking here, but it doesn't change the outcome. Assuming the lab starts being captured. Go for any attack you want. Are there only 2 people watching? It looked like the Seraph's Q went away for a second there. The Mega Tank will get its ammo back and heal, but it'll still be stunned. But yeah, the ammo drain doesn't matter. It's on its base. I don't think he raged. I don't think that there was a rage quit involved. He was probably just checking other games because they see the game's over. Would be my guess. I'm not sure if Strider 555 realizes that this game over, because the turn is taking so long. None of these buys matter. Nothing can hit the lap. Although it is best to play as if you're going to, just in case you make a mistake. Get the super and kill stuff off. Kill off the Neo tank. Look at that range. Hit this Neo tank. And there's the resign. GG. Well played. The range was real. It's the only high fund game. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this map name here. The map name itself is a link. We got live bot, day 5. We have a day 7 with Fluffy playing against Everything is Fire. We should probably watch Fluffy. This is what Fluffy's doing instead of watching the stream. Max versus Eagle is your favorite match? Everything is Fire versus Fluffy. Oh, I followed. They know. Is known for playing Sonya. So of course, who's the Sonya of tier 2? Obviously it's Eagle. I mean, I guess that somewhat makes sense. Like, Sonya Super is almost take 2 turns, assuming no one attacks your units. I'm a big fan of Andy versus like Kindle and versus Drake and versus Rachel. And I'm a fan of Sasha versus Von Bolt. You're up against a fresh 800 player. They have played 3 games, but you bet you're still going to lose? Don't count yourself out. A lot of it comes down to that mental state. Sasha versus Von Bolt's pretty fun. They're not bad matchups. Wow. Sasha gets to like leverage her extra money to make up for the stat difference, but at the same time, it's like easy for her to use her power to control Von Bolt's super, but only to a point. There's like different stages to the game for how effective everything works, and it's good. I like it a lot more than Hawk versus Sasha, which tends to be way more just one-sided. Like, is Sasha really good at controlling Hawk's super or power charge? Then Sasha will just win. Or if she makes a mistake or Hawk does like some fancy play and gets the normal power early, then Hawk will just control it. It's not that fun. There's more nuance than tactics to the Von Bolt one, in my opinion. Sasha is the one keeping Eagle out of tier 1. I kind of like Sturm Mirror too. I think Sturm might be the only mirror I like. Mirror's villains like it can be. I think Von Bolt versus Hawk feels more fun. It's definitely more of a fight kind of matchup. I think Hawk is usually, I mean, depending on the size of the map, Hawk is pretty favorite. I like Sturm Mirror because you can be so aggressive. Both players get to be really aggressive. And getting the power first doesn't matter. Or at least doesn't really matter that much in the Sturm Mirror. Because his power isn't that impactful. The stats are really good for him. The +10/+10, and because it's such a long charge, the games tend to continue on. Where most mirrors, getting that first power off is so devastating. Well-played Eagle versus well-played Max results in Max taking engagements that are suboptimal just to keep the unit count low. Yeah, that can happen. I often feel like the pressure is definitely on Max to get something done. So I guess this is technically a free hit for this tank if it wants to go for it. Although, ooh, that's not a free hit, so this is going to have to be covered. There we go. Now it's covered. Hey, Strider555, we were just watching your game. Gark is really good against Max versus Eagle. That's true. We saw him play it out against Master of Math. was a very weird choice by Fluffy. There's now no infantry in range of interrupting this capture. Ooh. But that is a free hit. Forest is here. But it might be a quote-unquote free hit. Because Fluffy can infantry here, and there's a forest here. And this tank will have a heck of a time getting away from incoming tanks. Yeah, Master of Math losing that comm tower was very devastating in that matchup, and also kind of letting Max grind out some units and get some charge for power, and be a little too scared backing up so much. You muted the screen when you realized I was watching. Well, very good, very good. So this situation is always really annoying to deal with, because once this infantry goes here, and this one goes here, assuming they will, there's nothing that Max can use that's lower value than the trapped tank. So there's always, like, even if this guy comes down to free this one, this tank is now the one that's in danger. Kind of need an infantry to be able to come to the rescue. But we'll see if Fluffy goes for it. This city is currently looking very capturable. This will be good. Fluffy, taking one of your opponent's city is always a really big income swing. Trapping is very fun. It's one of those harder to see tactics. Very gratifying when it pays off. At the same time, Max is controlling these 6 properties, which is going to be tough for Fluffy to deal with. You're betting 5 penguin dollars that this fight will not get to the lightning strike? That's a big bet. I don't like how Fluffy's infantry keep walking away from the properties that they could contest. Like, this one is kind of important. I think Fluffy will decide the game before. There's definitely a choice to I like using the artillery here to bring this tank so close. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think it can just be here. Because now this tank can at least come out and like get a tank strike. It looks like he's just going to give up the right side here and try and get something done on the left side. But the problem that Fluffy's going to run into here is that there's only 3 infantry they can capture with this entire vehicle army. So if everything is fire sees that and just hit these that are like Fluffy won't be able to accomplish anything while everything is fire gets all these properties. But we'll see. Been very nice artillery use for Fluffy. Now it is nice if these guys don't have any vehicle backup. It's definitely good to preserve them, so that if there is a front switch in the future, you have already an infantry presence to go for captures. But it's going to be pretty expensive getting to that point, economically. Yeah, I would suspect that Fluffy's going to build a copter. Prophylactic AA would make sense for Max. I mean, it would be very weird if Eagle never built any copters. These copters to be built Eagle bombers 5-head? Oh, that's a good point. They are a little expensive. I wouldn't really want to build them against Max, because that can be a risk dealing with the movement boost and extra firepower. But Eagle bombers are very good, as I think everyone's experienced if they've played the original games. Everything is Fire is also definitely behind in time in comparison to Fluffy. About half the time. Looks like there's been a lot of puzzling out in this trap situation, which is another part of it. Putting pressure on the opponent to do something. I switched it over to YouTube chat because people were missing it. It does look like it's performing decently. Kablam. Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. So if everything as Fire was going for this attack, I would have expected the infantry to, instead of backing up, walk down here and hit this guy to completely annihilate or completely remove any full health infantry for Fluffy. Because now Fluffy still has this guy, can actually force a fight in artillery range around this property. And this tank, I guess, kind of lives. It doesn't get hit by 2 tanks by being over here, but it does get hit from a city, which hurts, and then the 2 health infantry can block it in. exactly what we see. Luffy is a very fast player. It looks like Fluffy's going to go for the front switch now. He's not going to force a fight in the artillery range. Who loves copters the most in tier 2? Well, Sammy likes transport copters the most. Battle copters? I think Max likes battle copters. Eagle has, of course, stronger battlecopters, but the super is very infrequent. But Max's battlecopters are always a menace, and they get to use a much cheaper power to do so. And of course, Olaf likes copters, but Olaf likes all units because the opponents get slowed in the snow. Oh, you want to see the Max versus Eagle fighter? I think Max does better with the first strike, right? 64 to 72. Oh no, I guess Eagle does slightly better, but as soon as Max gets that first power, then it'll be just kind of a landslide. And the problem that you're going to have as Eagle here is that Max gets this first power and extra movement way faster than you do. So his own fighter can zone out your fighter on a blank board. But what about Lightning Drive? Haha! Lightning Drive absolutely dominates. It actually does a pretty good job of defending against the fighter as well. Lightning Drive doesn't do enough to get a one-shot. Max almost gets one with the super. Well, Tank actually managed to save this property. Okay. It looks like Fluffy is going for the massive front switch. If anyone uses a good lightning drive, the match deserves its own video as a trophy. Wow, okay. I would not go for a Max Bomber. It's a little bit overkill-ish. Against just regular tanks, and it's going to be really, really difficult to keep that thing safe once Lightning Strike comes on the field. A winning Sasha Super is more likely. Hey Brazmac, I'm glad you enjoy the little bonus stream here. We're just watching people play live games and commentating on them from the live queue. Just chilling. I mean, there are a lot of max normal tanks. The idea might be that they'll be able to take out any of the anti-air before they can threaten that bomber, but I'm just glad I don't have that job. Probably should have moved the tank to here so that Fluffy doesn't get the hit from a city. The opponent is getting very low on time. It's a very calc-heavy matchup. Lots of, although the powers aren't in play yet. So once those powers come in play, that's when the real time consumption comes. Well, Fluffy should be able to get some more money with this front switch, which will be good because everything is fire has been ahead economically for a while here. Can you name and shame? One of your Global League opponents just admitted that they stalled for over a month and a half because you didn't respond empathetically to them whining about a bug in a lost position. That sounds very annoying. Well, welcome back, Shadow. Glad to hear it. Yeah, Fluffy currently has 6 times the time. I think if this was an asynchronous game, then Max would definitely be ahead. Other people have no time by day 12. Well, you know, they're just big thinkers. They're like me. I could run out of time on day 1. Oh. You revived? Not yet. I can never tell if the stream comes back for you guys or if it's just for me. That's back. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I know there's been some storms as of late in the area, so might be some infrastructure problems. Oh yeah, I lost internet completely. Yeah, that... Everything is fire! Resigned! What? You were right. That person definitely doesn't sound like they were very nice. You want your 5 penguin back? 5 penguin bucks? GG. Did they say something? No. I'm not sure what happened there. I mean, they were definitely getting low on time. That might be it. But their position was looking pretty good. It was definitely getting really painful over here. They're up 3K. You were just too intimidating. Your front switch worked. I think the time probably got to him, yeah. And Kippert, if this person's been like overly rude to you, then I would recommend contacting one of the mods on the Discord. Okay, we got day 7 game here. The bitter end. Arya Fireheart against Adolf Onions 23. Make sure to. Oh. Yeah. This will be. You know, those are just 2 cities. Who cares about those, right? And this team can go on a little adventure over here. Well, I know Arya is a good player. But definitely Rachel is... I mean, Andy and Rachel are both very good in live. I would say that Rachel's probably better. 5 penguin dollars on Andy. You know, Arya sent 4 tanks into your Neo and called it a winning trade. If you lose, I pay. That doesn't sound right. It is base light. That is in Rachel's favor for sure. Though Andy's got much better air than Rachel, so I mean, go either way. Oh, interesting. I did not... I thought we were going to see the comm tower denied. Gonna go for this city instead. Okay. So it does look like the city's gonna get taken. It'd be kind of madness to send the tank in to interrupt it. But we might see the tank hit the tank, and then multiple artillery can come up and try and outplay this lone one while this tank comes up as reinforcements. You still haven't received your penguin dollars from me? I don't know if I can give people penguin dollars. But, I'll try and remember that you have 5 penguin dollars. That's a bold capture. I like it though. Backed up by the tank and this other infantry. It denies the city. Can we do one shadow? It's very dangerous for Adolf Onions to be a little too center-centric, because it's not going to be too hard for Arya to take this comm tower. It's be 2 comm towers versus 0. Jugger can do it too. Arya is so good at bullying. Just going for attacks that look like they shouldn't work. I feel like that can't be right. I'd rather have this infantry attack and then this one being on the city, so nothing's in artillery range. But okay. Arya is probably initially planning to just interrupt both captures. And that's why this one here. Yeah, the artillery covering them afterwards to make the attacks good is something that looks like Arya is very good at. Yeah, you can see this comm tower. It's going to be pain to defend, although this copter does get there just in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The anti-air is going to be 1 tile away. He did one-shot the infantry with the artillery, yeah, on the road. Put another infantry on the road. 99 don't want to wait. You can barely lose it. Ooh. This looks very dangerous. And artillery has to back this up, yeah. But Arya has extra tanks here. There's nothing guarding. Well, I guess this artillery is guarding this This tank can come down here too. It's got choices. Like this infantry can kill here, and this tank can hit this tank while this guy goes for this capture. The copter gets overloaded. Or just give up on going after the comm tower right now. Bring 3 more tanks into this fight, as the anti-air can then cover them. Good. And then down here, Arya's just gonna get free dominance. Here, hit this with the 4 health, I guess. Go for the tank, okay. Got the kill. That is important against Andy, of course. Nothing here that's actually stopping this capture, so it's a good free one. This has been very good for Arya. One who's been going for all the good plays very aggressively. And aggressive plays are very good for Rachel as well, because if there's a little spat, these guys will heal up very quickly. That extra repair as a day-to-day. I think this attack from the bottom to stop this guy from moving down here towards this city. I think I agree. I agree with you that I think it's better to attack here, because that would stop this attack. And I don't really care that much if it ran down to the city. This also makes it so this actually gets covered. Wow. I think anti-air can. Anti-air can? Wow, the anti-air can't actually stop that from being covered. Arya floated 5. It is important to remember to kill off Andy's units, it's true. Arya will have access to Lucky Lass here. Go for some wild aggressive play. Try and clear this. All the tanks are gone over here. Or Andy. Ooh. Oh, this does protect. Oh, yeah, never mind. This does protect the tank. It's counting. I guess that's fine. Keep it here. That's full health next to there. Just, if you swap this order, and you have an injured one here, and it might die to the tank attack, but that would mean you'd have a full health one in range of the comm tower. A weird place to put this guy. Delete the black bow so the tank can heal faster. That might happen in the future. Arya didn't use the repair. Could use it on the 8 health infantry. Arya's floating so much money every turn. Trying to make it to the next double vehicle copter buy, I guess. Well, the artillery's going to get some nice hits off here. There's no tank in range to deal with this anti-air. And the anti-air is also protected. Always fun to do a shock reveal of a unit without responses. But usually you only float money for one turn. You don't float money every turn. Penguin dollars are definitely not floating money. Oh yeah. Andy did base skip to get the copter tank. Six infantry to 9 infantry. Surprisingly, keeping that fairly even. Does mean that Arya is just way up in tank count. It's 7 to 2, although a few of these are. Do it 3 copters. The 3 anti-airs. I can understand that. You're gradually building up more. Well, I would prefer just having like one turn where you build nothing but infantry. Do a big float. That way you get your ticked up unit faster. Yeah. The anti-air is kind of locked, kind of covered everything that Andy was going for. And there is like a hit here. But the real issue is that Arya is up 4k. There's no reason, there's no, I guess, easy way that Andy's going to get more income. And there's 2 properties that look very takeable for Arya already, including, and then also a comm tower here and this one. Andy was just a little too focused on the center and ended up losing the other sections. And then also center. And everything came back. Andy is thinking hard. Might be trying to look at if there's something that Andy can do with a super, which would require like kill a tank. Copter has to sacrifice itself into an anti-air to get the charge. That lets. Actually, you also have to hit here. This kill here. I mean, it doesn't look very good. Yeah, I don't think a super is worth. In move planner because of missiles. That would definitely be a little early. Arya left for a second there. Unfortunately, when you're down to 13 units, there's not a ton you can do to deal with the missiles. Especially in base light. The infantry missile is going to become a real menace really fast. So the artillery's got two choices. I wonder if the choice over here is going to be tank hit from the top, infantry finishes off from the comm tower. Shoot the 3 health tank. That didn't help. There's 2. Hey, congratulations, TCO. Well, hi, Arya. We're watching your game. I was very impressed with how aggressive your play was. I didn't even see your attack on this property. I was just looking at the comm tower. Yeah, it looks like they left. We were theorizing they might be in the move planner getting ready for your missiles. Going for some deep turn analytics. Fluffy was a very big fan of your artillery play. You were going to go for the lucky last anyway. No, Shadow, you lost 5 penguin dollars. I'm so sorry. I guess 10 penguin dollars. Well, it's true. The game's not over. It's interesting. They still have the green dot, so they must have just not closed it and like opened up another screen or something. Or walked away. Well, it's definitely a tough situation for Andy. Arya kind of has all of the different areas under control. And he isn't down power charge. That's true. Yeah, the anti-airs are blocking out all the copter plays. And the internet gets down for an hour. letting it time out instead of resigning seems like an unfortunately common BM activity. I don't think it's that common. It might be more common at the lower ratings. I wouldn't have much experience with that. It's definitely BM, but it's not a moddable offense like harassment would be. People are allowed to use all the time they want. It counted as your loss? Oh, I'm so sorry. We'll go back a couple turns here. Oh, yes, we can see the turns we didn't see. Ooh, even the opening is very different. Looks like Andy had a airport planned from the very beginning. Now, usually rushing the airport like this is for a transport copter. Okay, it's very weird to rush the airport and not build from it. Yeah, that's really weird. Because that hurt economically to go for. That was a 3-turn move to get there. So, to not use it. This is where we came in. Is definitely awkward. Yeah, this is where I was like, oh, I'm gonna go interrupt the comm tower. But Arya's like, no. I'm gonna force this fight and have the artillery cover against it. Very good. And he hasn't moved yet. Yeah, I thought you were just going to sack the middle. It's just 2 properties. I mean, I like your play more than trying to deny and then take the comm tower. You do live if it wasn't for games taking 30 minutes to an hour to complete. Yeah, that's an understandable concern. It's much faster than a league game taking days to months. But it's still a chunk of time. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bonus time. 40 seconds. Good night, Fluffy. I think this will also be our last game. I'm glad you've been enjoying the live play. I also prefer Global League, but I'm just not a live player. Boom, the timeout. GG, well played. Well, we'll quickly see if there's anyone that I should pause going to bed for. We'll have to see live bot another time. Bums playing. That's pretty cool. No high funds games. We wouldn't be able to see any fog ones, of course. You can only see ones that just finished. Looks like Seraphis? I still don't know how to say the name. Has been chugging out these fog live games. Day 1 victory. Oh, that's a day 1 draw. Never mind. How many times have I played against Starflash live? 4, something like that. Seraph. Ixu? How do you say Ixu? Oh, S. Seraph-esque. That makes sense. Seraph-esque. I also don't like Olaf mirrors. You can see what they said. I do not want to play an Olaf mirror. They are the worst. Well said, cannon fodder. Well said. And with that, I will end the stream. There is, of course, a Patreon if you want to support there. And if you want emojis on YouTube, you can join the channel for $1. I hope everyone enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time. I get to leave you with an apple. Thank you for watching.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's his thing.